Hello everyone, welcome to Fine Moon Rising. This is Aquarius, this is September 2025 Tarot, Astrology, and Predictions reading. So it's going to be the energy of the month of September 2025 for you, Aquarius. So welcome in, Aquarians. Right now I'm shuffling, going to pull you some tarot cards. We'll go into the tarot, and then we're going to go into some astrology while I draw you kind of the energy of the month. And it was interesting, the energy of this month is kind of healing. And it's very cyclic, so we'll get into some of your astrology that kind of matches that type of healing for you. Okay, let's get started here. So we have the Ace of Swords followed by the Seven of Swords as explainer, the Chariot followed by the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Cups followed by the Four of Pentacles for you. And when I pulled this out, I put some notes down. That's what I'm doing on the little note cards. There's been some profound enlightenment. I feel that might have been in your past, or you're going through it right now, and it could be little ones over time. So as we awaken, as we move forward, as we become more conscious of everything around us, especially the energy around us, I feel like you are absolutely gaining these little insights, these little enlightenments. And then what is the saying, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. That's kind of what you're doing in the month of September, is like you're developing these profound insights, but you still have to go about your day-to-day business, and you still have to go about doing things in your life as normal. You may have family, friends, job, all that kind of thing that you need to keep up with. However, you're viewing things from a different point of view because of these enlightenments, because of this profound change for you. And I feel like it's much needed. I think you're being mobilized to move in a different direction, especially energetically. It's energetically to start, and then we're moving on to create bigger changes in our life, like ripples. So we have this, that with the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune, I just feel like it's time. The wheel is moving forward, and I feel like you are kind of pushing it, and it's with great knowledge. It's not just, random. You're not following the hands of fate, really. You are kind of using your free will and following your destined path, your spiritual path. That means following your North Node path, whatever that energy is for you. And you're kind of pushing it forward with great knowledge in mind, with a background of experiences to help push you forward. I don't think you're doing it blindly. I just think, over time, things might seem a bit slow, and then fast, slow, and then fast, slow, and then fast in the month of September. And I think it's just because you're learning as you go. And those insights are coming in. So it's super important to take care of yourself. Mindfulness is a very excellent practice for you in the month of September. Okay, there's also, with this Ten of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, I feel like abundance is at the door for you. I feel like it's almost like you're going to be able to manifest that much faster. Whereas before it was slow, and I feel like having this knowledge, these enlightenments, are going to allow you to really better manifest things in your life, to produce things, mostly opportunities for you in life. For your Ten of Cups, things that make you happy, things that make your life kind of flow with ease. And it's a happiness in your own skin, which you may not have had in the past. So all of a sudden, you're appreciating your body more. You're appreciating how it moves, what is healthy about it, what you can kind of support and, not necessarily fix. I mean, there are things that we need to do, but support your body in its changing process as well, because as within, so without. So of course, with this mental change, you are definitely changing your body. Could be lifestyle changes. You could be shocked and you just don't want to eat something anymore. You just like, what, that's not good for me. I don't feel good when I eat it. It's just not something I'm going to do anymore. So I'm going to eat healthy food. You might find things you're gravitating towards, cleaner eating. You might be gravitating towards things like meditation practice, and you might be gravitating towards things like reading tarot for yourself, which you absolutely can do. Alrighty, so overall energy, though, is the Ten of Swords and the Four of Swords and the Queen of Cups. You see that kind of on the bottom of the screen there, left side. And the overall energy, I just kind of felt like there's an end, and I feel like this is an end to a cycle, and I felt this through your whole reading. It's just a welcome ending to a cycle, and it's just how you've been thinking about things and processing things in your life, and the process is very important here for you. It's almost like you would have been reactionary to certain things in your life in the past, kind of up in arms about things, but now you're understanding those reactions and the triggers and the traumas that it is poking at, and you're actually actively in the month of September healing those traumas one by one. That's creating these epiphanies, these enlightenments. Like, oh, I see it now. I see everything now. I can make a decision, a different decision. And the decision might be walking along a different path. You may turn your life in another direction. Maybe you haven't anticipated that, but you kind of feel like it's in the wind, you know? So we do have this Four of Swords here, and there's definitely something about boundaries and taking care of yourself. I don't know if you've been overextending yourself, but I think it's a good idea to really not overextend yourself. You may have to be non-committal, which, you know, you might have been just pretty much a straight shooter, but sometimes we just got to live in that gray area of not committing to everything all at once, because you just don't know how you're going to feel as you're moving through these changes. And so sometimes, you know, you say, you know, touch base with me later is a good one, or don't respond right away. Maybe you have to take a day or something to think about things and that type of thing. So you maybe, and people might be kind of shocked that you're stepping back, but it might be just part of your healing process. And I feel November is something of a time of big actions, and so things will be happening for you very quickly in November. So I think September, we need to pull back, we need to rest, we need to recuperate, and then we can go ahead and attack November. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups here, and this is you kind of being comfortable in your own body, in your own skin, in your own life, in your own brain even, you know, and with your spirituality. And so I feel like that's kind of what you're doing. And the drawing that I'm drawing for you, I just felt like there was a wound healing. And this is one of those, and so I keep talking about the cycles, right? And so we can all go through life, and just as things come up, they're repeats, right? They're repeats, like, oh, why am I feeling this way again? You know, why? And you're noticing that. You're noticing that some things that are happening in your life, be it big, be it small, whatever, you're encountering the same type of feeling signature is really what it is. To whatever event. Somebody says something and it just like, it makes you feel angry. It makes you feel sad. It makes you feel one way or another. And I think there's an end to a very big cycle where it was just kind of I want to say rote response, where your response was kind of the same each time. You know, whatever you're doing, and then something goes afoul and you respond this way, you know, and you have this feeling of anger, sadness, you know, unworthiness, whatever it is. I feel like that's being kind of expelled from your life because of this healing. And I think it's very much welcome. And that's why I wanted to draw, it kind of looks like the stitching of a wound, you know, like healing one by one. You know how cells kind of congregate and, you know, form scar tissue, form things like that in order to heal a wound. I feel like this is some sort of like soul wound that you're healing and you're moving forward. So I think that it will cause you to look at the world differently and be in the world differently. And I think it's going to be a healthier you. All right, I will pull more tarot at the end, but let's go into the astrology before I run out of too much time here. So Aquarius, I was interested in Saturn and Pisces for you, and I honestly just used like an app, Sky Guide, and look up in the sky and then do some research. So I was interested in this Saturn and Pisces. It's like 2.5 year, 3 year cycle, something like that. Anyway, karmic relationships. So I do feel like there are some repeats in your life that are definitely karmic, and I think you're resolving that in the month of September. And probably starting it actually today, even right now. So let's see, and that might be repeating. And so that's why I'm saying we're healing this big wound, because you've had some enlightenments along the way, and you're going to continue with those enlightenments as you move forward. And they could be very small. I mean, you're driving down the road, you're walking whatever to wherever, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, I've been doing this whole time. I've been thinking this whole time. And you start questioning everything. Okay, so, and so you're taking stock in the healing cycle in this time frame. Anything that raised your blood pressure and makes you feel fearful or angry is worth it taking a look at, because that's indicators of some sort of trauma that's being triggered for whatever reason. So it's super important to take a look anytime you have those feelings, you know, bounce it. Shedding light on it will change the feeling, will change your response, will actually disappear it from your life. So you won't be encountering those cycles any longer once you shed some light on it. All right, now, and it changes how you react to it in the future as well. And so it's good to bounce sometimes you can either go to a therapy, a meditation, or you can even bounce this off friends or family. So if you have like a trusted friend that you like, you know, is into spirituality too, and you could talk to, that's really cool too for this month. Okay, you will see your purpose more clearly with Saturn in Pisces for you. So that's kind of like a long-standing thing. It's going to be evolving for you. And then shortly, I'm actually going to pull 3 cards for you. And you will see these cards pop up shortly on the screen, more towards the end there. And we'll go through them. They're kind of your end cap cards. You have the Page of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. And with this Page of Swords, it's like new learning. It's seeing the world in fresh eyes, seeing the world differently, seeing things in your life, seeing your whole life, and even how you are in your own skin, how you're viewing your body, how you're viewing yourself, seeing yourself extremely differently. And it's not how somebody else tells you to think, oh, this is healthy, that's healthy, or whatever. It's how you yourself are surmising what you are in the world, how you are in the world, and how you are now going to take care of yourself. So we do have the Six of Cups. I think maybe there has been a time that you put yourself on the back burner for a while, and now it's time to actually pay attention to that, actually take care of yourself, and actually move forward with intention. So I do feel like you're going to be asking, when your time is demanded of, you'll be asking, do I have the energy for this? Is this something that is important to me? Is this something that is along my path? You're going to be actually scrutinizing the things that you're going to be doing in the future and deciding what is the best course of action is for yourself, instead of kind of floating along. You're going to have very much an interesting purpose, because again, your purpose in the world is going to affect other people. And because of this, you know, you kind of have to start with yourself. You kind of have to start with shoring up your foundation before you build that skyscraper, right? That helps everybody else. And so that's kind of what is happening here for you, Aquarius. You also have this Ten of Pentacles, and I feel like you're working on your financial situation. That's why I say you have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. There's going to be some opportunities as a result of this. You're just going to be out of this old cycle and into new cycles that are going to be more abundant. And with the Four of Pentacles, abundance will be coming in. Okay, Aquarius, if you enjoyed this reading, please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good month.